By saying that theism has empirical effects. It makes predictions about what happens in the world, and these happenings can be observed. I mean, because, well, the opposing view of that is what's called the non-overlapping magisteria view, or NOMA. Stephen Jay Gould, an evolutionary scientist, produced this name. And this idea is quite common. Another way of putting it is that science tells us how things happen, and faith or religion tells us why. This is a common way that many people use to divide science from religion. And it has some advantages. It protects science from religion. So if you want to have a religion or a theistic or idea about God that's doesn't feel threatened by science, one way of removing that threat is to say that these are not connected with each other. But this view, this non-overlapping magisterial view, has some serious defects, because if we're to know God, God must be able to influence us now. And if God is to be involved with the world, as most religions say that God is involved with the world, then it must make a difference. And you can argue that if God can't make a difference, if the world has evolved completely as it has, but without God making a difference, then why do you need God and even have an explanation without God? And so, but even just if we're to have an understanding or knowledge of God, or perception or anything like that, then there must be some influence. And furthermore, religion and theism do talk about what is and not just why things are. For instance, they talk about human nature. We discuss whether we have souls or minds. These things are disputed by science, so that if theism makes predictions about this, we might be able to understand these things better. We might get a better understanding of psychology, or spiritual psychology, for example. And then in religious history, revelations have occurred. People said that God spoke to them, and then they told us what they said. And we've had a dramatic example of that is incarnation. Someone appears to claim that they are God, or they and God are one. And so this is obviously a serious influence of God on the world, if that was true. Oops. And so what I'm saying is that there are overlaps between theism and the natural world. And if we're to understand what these overlaps are, we have to think seriously about exactly what religion is on one side and exactly what science is on the other. And we have to think of them in such a way that they can be combined, and without collapsing into one, because there are some differences as well as connections.